Bingo. I actually made a good shot right there. We're getting ready to take you to one of my favorite places to hunt, Alberta, Canada. Folks, this is a hunt I'll never forget because it just didn't turn out very good. It's the biggest deer I've ever seen live with a bow and arrow. Alberta, Canada. If y'all been watching TV for the Buckmasters over the years, my favorite place taking my best deer there. They just have huge deer. And when you're bow hunting up there, you can only hunt Monday through Saturday. You can't hunt on Sunday. So we use Sunday as a scouting day. I went up on the top of a bluff. I was looking down an alfalfa field on a place we really hadn't hunted much. And right at dark, there was a huge deer that came out on the alfalfa field. I knew he was a shooter. I just didn't know how big he was. So the next morning, our producer, Mark Oliver, and I went and put a ladder stand up, and we put it right in the tree where I saw the deer walk by, and we needed a southeast wind. Well, the next day, believe it or not, we got a southeast wind, and we got in the stand.
All right, folks, we just got to our afternoon stand. We'll put up another Millennium ladder. Yesterday was Sunday. You can't hunt on Sundays here, so I stayed back up here and spotted a real nice buck that came out. Thing is, we got a south wind, southeast, so we had to put this ladder kind of on the north end of this big thicket right here and hope this deer will stay on our inside right here coming to the field. So if that buck that I saw last night comes out, he's a keeper, no question about that. And there's other bucks here too. So we hunted this last year and saw some nice deer, but hopefully this wind will stay steady south. Need a little more east in it. I don't see these deer coming from a long way. That buck last night came out at 6:30, so we got plenty of time to be able to do that. So we're still plugging here in Alberta. Maybe it's tonight.
You know, one thing about trails, deer trails, you can see them. You can see them on the video right there. I had two sets of trails. I have one that was coming right to my right there. I just have a very small hole to draw back with the deer being broadside. There's a trail that goes to my left, which is right out in front of me. That's the trail I wanted a shooter buck to come on. I had plenty of time to draw back, and me being left-handed, I could make that shot right there. So as the afternoon went on, here comes our first deer. It's an old spike buck, and he's taking the right trail right there to my right, and I'm going, I hope that's not what a big deer does. A little bit later, here comes two does, and boy, they peeled off right there. They were perfect. That's what I want right there. That's what I need. Being old lefty, I need that trail right there. Well, all of a sudden, a little bit later, here comes the man. The largest whitetail I've ever seen with a bow and arrow is coming at me from about 100 yards. Which trail's he gonna take? As this buck gets closer and closer, I know he's a 200-inch whitetail. I'm not shaking. I took a few deep breaths. I just need him to turn to my left. And I'm watching. Come on, boy. Please, please, take that trail. He's taking this trail to the right, which I didn't want him to take, but I've got a hole about this wide to be able to draw back, and hey, I grunted every deer. So here he comes. And he got right there in the camera. Believe it or not, there's one limb right there in the middle. I draw back, I grunted at him, and the rest is history.
Are you serious?
What'd you do?
Stuck him in the friggin' head.
What? All right, so what do y'all think happened? You think I missed another deer? Let's take a look at this. There are 30 frames of video in 1 second. We went back to the lodge and put this in slow motion in less than 2 frames. And if you can see his back legs right there, when I grunted, and by the time I let the arrow go, the deer's back legs went down and he whirled his rack all the way in front of his vitals. And the next thing I know is I stuck the deer in the antlers, bottom line. You see him running off right there. It looks like a Christmas ornament. He's running off, and that's all we can say. And Mark's hollering at me, "What'd you do?" I said, "Well, I guess I screwed up and missed him." But I didn't miss him. The deer whirled on me, and he kicked my butt. That's the bottom friggin' line. He kicked my butt. And that's why he's a big deer. But 2 weeks later, he's chasing those does. He had a bad day because the neighbor got a 200-inch whitetail with a rifle, though. But hey, that's why they call it hunting. I did my homework. I did everything right, from scouting to putting the ladder in the perfect tree, getting the wind right, drawing back, grunting, did everything I've normally done. The deer won today, and it's one I'll never forget. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed today's video, and on a regular basis, we're going to bring you some more. Some success stories and some more screw-ups. So make sure you push the subscribe button, tell all your buddies to follow us. We're going to have some fun.